Welcome to the For Your Thoughts podcast, where psychology, pop culture, and self meet.
Yeah.
I'm here with the reason why I even have a podcast. One of my best friends, Blake. Hey, Blake.
How you doing, Penny?
We had a show that he did not want to continue to do because
Uh,
he wanted to be a rapper, so we couldn't. So we didn't continue.
yeah,
But he's really why, what opened my eyes to media and stuff. And
yeah,
I've said this like a million times on the podcast, so they know. We've been friends since high school. Went to college together.
yeah.
Through all the parties together. We would always get.
Penny verified my seat at the popular table in high school. Like Penny is the
You
reason why I
always
made
say
it in
that.
life in high school.
You
Yeah,
always say that.
that's the
I would
truth.
always like, come sit with us.
That's the truth. Penny was
But
my sponsor at the cool table in high school because I definitely got some dirty looks the first time I tried to sit at the cool table, and then I just have to like share a seat with Penny, and then eventually it got cool.
everyone
But
was like, all right, okay, he's good.
yeah,
He's good.
yeah,
Nah. Everybody loves you. But you were so funny though. You were hysterical. It was
yeah,
fun.
but
But okay, so tell the people like outside of all of that, like who you are now. And the reason why I brought Blake on the podcast is we don't like the word sobriety. So he just made better lifestyle changes that I think we should all think about at this age and just like I guess in this culture or whatever.
yeah,
And I thought it was super interesting because we used to get bent together. Like we all used to have like a good ass
yeah,
time together.
yeah,
So it's almost like if you can do it, anybody else can if they want to. And
yeah.
this is not a thing to say like drinking is bad. This is nothing like that. It's more so just like a thought of like, oh damn, like you can live like that and
Mhm.
the benefits and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about
So
yourself a bit. Mhm.
I mean, it started up just to kind of like I know what the episode is about. So, but a little background, of course. Blake Campbell. I've just been like a kid that's just like wanted to be an entertainer my whole life, but I had to like knock out all the formalities, steps, or like the checkpoints in life. So I had to do school first. You know, I had parents that definitely was like school first, but now that school is out the way, I've taken throughout school, I've always had like in endeavors with entertainment, but it was always on the back burner because that was not my identity. My identity was you're a student, you know, you need to
Right.
finish school. You don't I wasn't the kid that had parents telling me, hey, this is our ticket out. So you're gonna do talent shows at 13 years old and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go on tour doing shows because this is our ticket out. Our ticket
Mm-hmm.
out was already made, and that was school. But throughout school, I always did talent shows. I was always creative. I always had my hands in something entertainment related. And then in college, it only got more heightened because I had more freedom. So I'm still
Mm-hmm.
balancing school, but I also was throwing parties or working with my best friend, helping him with his music or doing funny videos and then that's when like I was kind of like, okay, I'm done treating my life dream as a side hobby. Everybody else wants to tell me you're so funny, you're so talented, you do all this, but be a lawyer. You know, like I'm
Right.
done with that. So once I checked off all the boxes that my parents wanted, then I took myself serious and like, you know, said it's all or nothing. Like plan B is a distraction from plan A. You know, like there's nothing to win in this life anyway. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
you might as well like this life is a game that you can't really just win, you can only play.
Right.
So you might as well play what you want to. So at that point, you know, where I'm at now is taking music full time. When like that's what I lead with. If somebody asks
Mm-hmm.
me like, what do you do? I don't tell them, oh, I don't mention my 9 to 5 anymore. Like I'm an artist, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like that's where I'm at with it. So I've been doing that for like, you know, a little over 2.5 years and like it's going good, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like so with that, during that process of transitioning that recently, like the biggest claim to fame I have right now is that Blake doesn't drink,
Is
which
that it?
is
No, is it really?
no,
That's how you
that's
feel? Well, I'm
oh,
not
I
there.
mean,
I'm not there.
yeah,
So I don't
no,
really
it's
know.
that is like I am now the guy at the party that is now cool for not drinking.
Right.
Like it's like, oh, he doesn't drink. Like that's you know, like it's like you don't know, like and what's crazy about it is that I was a party promoter all through college. So
Literally, like
yeah, I my identity was like, Blake is about to get shots going. Blake is gonna whip up drinks. Blake is hosting. Blake is gonna get lit.
The frolic, all the parties that we would be at, guess.
So it just became a part of my identity, and it became a part of my routine, because party promoting is how I wanted to get my name out as a person, because I didn't want to be that guy performing my heartfelt songs in the lobby at Starbucks with a tip jar. You know, like I kind of wanted to have some type of like buzz around my name before I just put my music out there. So party promoting was how like I was like.
So this was in your head the whole time?
The entire time.
Me?
Because
did you tell me?
Nah, I didn't. Did
you tell Tim, and who knew?
Yeah, Marcus? I mean Marcus and Tim probably knew. You know, they definitely knew, but I didn't. It's because like I was like, I thought that this imaginary box that I thought I was in was real, and I thought people cared, and I thought people were gonna judge me if Blake the golfer, Blake the squeaky clean kid wants to like make music, you know, and I felt like I was avoiding judgment that doesn't exist, because nobody gives a fuck about anybody but themselves. Like, but that's why I kept it in. But it was a game plan, because I had already seen, like, because I did A Night to Remember, because I had been around a whole bunch of niggas that did music, I kind of understood that marketing is equally as important as the product. You know, like you can be the greatest artist in the world, but if only your homies know, then only your homies know. Or it could be straight ass, and if you go viral, you can get to this money and take care of your family. So yes, I definitely knew the whole time that I was doing parties that I wanted to be an artist. And even when we were doing like, our talk show, I knew that I wanted to be an artist. And when I knew that I needed to scale back on that, because I didn't want another box of like, you're not an artist, you're the like journalist, the TV, right, Right. And so it was like, I had to like be serious about what I want to do. So anyways, so now, because Blake doesn't drink, like you go to a party, because I still throw parties in Houston. I still party. I'm still at the clubs. I'm at the bar. I go to the club with Young Streets all the time. Like I'm still in the mix, but I'm just drinking club soda and lime, you know? And what started it, of course, was like being a party promoter, like constantly like trying to like keep up with that just started to get exhausting. Like at that point, probably like, a little over a year ago, like 2 years ago, I had already started making the music. So at first, like I was like this party promoter that secretly was like, Spider-Man at night, like recording at, I used to have parties at my house, and I had all my equipment locked. Like I wanted nobody to know that I did music. Like I would record at night when people were asleep, like nobody fucking knew. And it was like a house rule not to let anybody know that I did music. But at the same time, we're throwing parties every single weekend, like 3 parties a week at the house. So at that point, once I finally like put out music and got like good feedback from it and people were like supporting it, then I kind of realized like, okay, people accepted me as BLAKESTO'S, not Blake Campbell.
It's good. Yeah. Like if people like love you as a person, now they love your music. Like that's like a perfect recipe.
Yeah. And once I felt that love and that like acceptance, then I was like, okay, like I don't have to be the party promoter anymore. Like I don't have to like have drinks and like meaningless conversations with people that don't even like, I don't even know if this relationship is real. Cause like you'll pick up so many people like being a socialite party promoter that you don't even know if these relationships are real. And so then, a routine forms into like a habit and a lifestyle and a pattern. And like with anything, like it becomes who you are. And I kind of was burnt out with party promoting like a minute ago, like, because I want to party with my friends. I don't want to ask people that I don't know to come party with me. I want to I have enough friends that I'm cool with partying with the people that I know. Right. So I'm like living this lifestyle, but like, I knew that like, this isn't like what I want to do. And it started to feel like drinking every day was just a time waster, because like for me, it became such a part of like your daily routine that it's like, okay, now we're just burning through time. Because if you're spending every day drinking or whatever, like most likely you're not being like the most productive you could be, like I kind of feel like for me, at least for me.
So you were, so this is one of the questions I had. Were you like more so of a binge drinker or like the everyday whatever casual?
Every day.
Yeah,
Every day, because that's my culture, that's my household.
Right.
Like my mom, you know, drinks wine every day. She doesn't get fucked up, but she's gonna have wine with dinner every day.
Right,
My
which
dad
is
is a social
logical.
drinker. You know my dad. He's gonna
Yeah,
talk, he's gonna socialize. My dad still goes out like he's 28 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
He be at
you know,
D-Bar, where he be at? The spot? What
he
they
at
call it?
D-Bar, he be at fucking Status, he be at one time Sage pulled up to the address for her friend's
No, he
section
wasn't
and was
there.
like, Dad is in line at the door. Like, called me. And she's like, what should I do? And I was like, how about you just tell that nigga, hey, like, I don't know, but my dad put it. So anyways, like, nah, I definitely was, I was both, because I was a party boy in college. So I definitely binge drink. I was one of them niggas that was like,
I think I'm more of a binge. Like if it's like not binging, but it's like every day on the week, like Friday and Saturday for sure. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like you go hard and it's like, but you still see the effects throughout the beginning of the week, honestly.
Yeah.
But,
I was that too. And I was drinking during the weekday too. Like, because if the Rockets are playing, then we got to go get happy hour. So I drank every day. Like I drank every day, but I didn't think anything of it because like I never did. Nothing ever happened to me to where like I felt like I wasn't being responsible about it. I've never had a DUI. I don't throw up in public. I don't black out and don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
But for me, what clicked is that it started to get to a point to where like I used to go to a concert and see somebody else performing and just be like totally like inspired. It's like, this is awesome and entertained. Then towards the end of college and after college, it got to the point to where like I would go to a concert and feel like jealous and like insecure and like mad about like where I'm at in life because I don't want to be in general admission. I want to be on stage. Or if I go to the club and everybody else is like got bottles coming out and they're like rapping other people's lyrics, like I want people rapping my lyrics. So then it got to the point to where like I started to resent going out and partying and watching other people's music videos and going to other people's concerts and going to the club and not hearing my shit. So while everybody else is like turned up, I'm in a pissy mood, you know, because this isn't what side of the fence I want to be on. So then I just started to realize like, okay, when I drink, it makes me feel as if like I'm in paradise. It's a synthetic feeling of like fulfillment.
Like, yeah.
Because you feel fulfilled, you know. It's the whole reason why
everything. It's like everything is just feels like
great.
It's good. Yeah, like
great.
It's good. Yeah,
you start giving you my nigga speech. We on, bro. Y'all ain't on with shit. Y'all ain't on with shit. You know, like. You know, I mean, you might be for your goals. Like for that guy that just got that promotion at his 9 to 5, then hey, bro, you are that nigga because that's the nigga that you want to be. But for me, like I hated going to concerts. Like it got to the point to where like I'm every time we go out to the club, every time we go out to a concert, I'm feeling unfulfilled. You know, like so for me, I was like, okay, this is lowering my chances of making my dreams a reality. Because I'm turning up every day pretending as if nigga we made it, you know, like, so that's what, so the stopping initially just became like on some like health shit, some time management shit, like a reset. And so like with that, I had hit that like spiritual reset and got all my shit together like 3 months in. But at this point, now I picked up new habits. Now, like the only time that I get high is when I get feedback from putting out a song and everybody telling me like it was good. I'm shocked
that you get high because you didn't get high before.
No, I mean like high off life.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
No. Now I get high.
Like you feel like that.
Yeah.
But it's
now like I'm chasing.
Real.
Yeah, I'm chasing that next high. Like I'm chasing the next high. So when I put out, like I just shot a music video last week. Like I am like, I can't sleep at night. It's like the week of Christmas because like I cannot wait for this to come out because once this comes out, I'll get that affirmation that like, oh shit, this was hot, you know? And that's what keeps going. And like this point, it's like I'm in a rhythm of like just focused in on music. So I guess like the overall lecture is that for me, I felt that, you know, turning up every day was a synthetic fulfillment. Like
Right.
it's not the real thing. It makes you feel like you're on top of the world, you know, like, but at the end of the day, like if you're waking up the next morning, not in the house that you want to be in, not with the girl that you want to be with, not doing the career that you want to do. Like if you wake up after feeling like Drizzy in the club last night,
Yeah.
then you wasn't Drizzy.
Right. I feel that. I feel that for sure because, like, as of late, not that I've been like over, but I have been like over mundane like experiences, like going to the bar, going to whatever. If it's with people that I love and stuff like that, that's fine. But to just
Yeah.
like the every weekend, just going to like a random ass party with a bunch of people that I don't care or
Yeah.
about or know, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've been over that. And then like my friends who are still into that are like, why, like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it just doesn't do anything for me anymore. And there's something that else I could be doing with my time because I have a bigger dream and goal too, you know? I
Yeah.
feel like especially for people like us who have like a bigger picture. Not to say that, you know, someone's like wanting to be like a lawyer is not a big picture, but that's like one of those things where you get to that point and it's like, bet this is where I want to be. I'm good. Like you didn't think of anything else, and that you're satisfied. But like for us, we have so much more, so it would make sense as to why, like, you know, that would be
Because
as benefit to us.
that's not what the winners are doing. Like the winners are focused. Like the
Yeah.
winners, what you might see in a picture, what you might see, like go really dig in and like really study like what the winners are doing. And the winners are actually applying themselves. And the last thing they want to do is be slowed down. Like at the end of the day, this goes for weed too. This goes for every drug, every substance. You only feel like you're better, like, but you're not. You know, like the guru that I follow, Sadhguru, says like he has a bunch of college students talking about like how weed enlightens them and weed makes me more, and it like heightens the way I think and I see things. And he was like, well, would you want your surgeon to be high? Would you want your pilot to be high? If it makes you that much better, do you want your surgeon to smoke before you perform surgery? And it's an obvious no, you know, because at the end of the day, like it's not actually making you better. It's bringing you down. Yeah. And now everything else that's normal looks more fascinating. It's like if you get high and watch, you know, Kanye West's All the Lights music video, you know, the music video didn't change. You just became dumber. And now these flashing lights are like, oh my God, but the lights were always there. You just missed it.
Right,
you know?
right.
So
you said something on your post about like how like you could miss like the special moments in life or whatever. And I do believe it because I've taken like months off like on purpose, like dry July, sober October. This past December, I was stuck in a room for a month because I had COVID. So I was sober for that whole month. But it was like very much so interesting because like my mind was like another level. It gets to like another level of clear. And it's just like the simple things are beautiful and even more beautiful than they are like drunk or high or whatever. And I don't know, it just makes like life makes so much more sense on the other side, but I guess it's just easier for everybody to just, you know, live on this side. But you said that like missing the moments, I feel people don't think about that enough. And then also you said like you feel more like who you were created to be. I forgot what exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, like you really gotta like if you sit back and really try to process like our existence, like life that we're experiencing right now, you can't even like wrap your mind around what's going on right now. But everything is so intentional, like the way gravity works, the way the laws of physics works, the way your heart is beating without you telling it to, you know, like you know, like everything is working so perfectly. So like the creator has like a mastermind creation going on right now, and it's already brilliant, you know, but it's already brilliant. And so like to think that you need drugs to like heighten this experience is like you're missing it. You're missing the experience. Like your brain is not, the brain is created intentionally. So like why are you like lowering down its ability to function at its highest level? Like drugs and alcohol are not vitamins. Like they're not something that make you better. You can't drive better. You're not a better driver when you're drunk. You're a dumb driver when you're drunk. You don't manage your emotions better when you're drunk. You're actually worse about it. You drunk call bitches that you shouldn't be drunk calling.
Right.
You know, like you don't do better. So at the end of the day, like you're missing like how brilliant your brain is if you're always getting fucked up, thinking that like the fucked up version of you is the artistic one, the brilliant one. It's not.
The more like the more social one.
You're easily amused. You're easily amused when you're fucked up. That's the thing. More things impress you that normally didn't. That's all it is. You know, like you wouldn't even be talking to this girl at the bar if you were sober because
you really ain't it.
You're weak, you know? Like, and the same thing goes for girls. Like you wouldn't even be fucking this dude if you were sober because he's a loser, you know, but like you're lowering yourself down to get through the night, you know? So, and it's not our fault. We live in a country to where like, you know, it's like it embraces like your freedom. So which means that like, if one guy decides to open up a smoothie bar, he has every right to market to the world that, you know, drink this smoothie if you want to feel like Superman. But like I also could open up a brewery and open up a beer, start a beer and call that beer Super Brew. And I could tell everybody, drink this beer, you'll feel like Superman, like the Dos Equis man. So like we've all been like a victim.
You know, it's all the culture, even like marketing culture, like brunch culture for girls. Like it's like a thing. Like it's just
it's a lifestyle that was showed to us and it's lit. Like don't think that I'm some type of prude. Like if you come into my house, you're drinking. No, like my Wi-Fi password is take a shot. I have everything. I have everything here. All the bottles. Like Tim is on the way now to pop a bottle of champagne because we got a bottle of champagne at our old house, and it was like the first person to like, you know, hit a certain like level financially or whatever. Like you're drinking that, and he hit that today.
Dang,
so he's coming over to pop open a bottle of champagne that my mom gave me like 3 years ago that I've been waiting. So champagne is for champions.
Like, I think it's also like why are you drinking, and then the moderation, because I don't want to be like, oh my god, drinking is like the worst thing ever, because like sometimes it could be a chill, relax, whatever.
Jesus drank wine. Jesus drank wine.
I want them to know that it's more so, are you happy with your life right now? Like, why are you actually drinking? Like, if you really look at it, are you making all the decisions you want to make, and are you operating at your highest potential? And I heard on The Secret, I forgot the percentage, but naturally humans aren't even operating at their highest potential with nothing. Like we are, like we have so much further to go if we really like tap in or whatever. So it's like, damn, like how much more could you tap in if you made like these different life changes?
Yeah, for me, it's like I would go to like a sporting game, like the Rockets or like a Texans game, and it's like, damn, do you want to be this nigga like in the stands with his like pictures of beer like cheering on, or do you want to be on the field? Me, I want to be on the field. So like right now, like at my age in life right now is not the time for me to party. I want to party. I'm working my ass off now so that me and my family can spend the rest of our lives living out like the Kardashians. Like I watch the Kardashians because it's inspiration. Everybody in that family, like their only purpose in life is to wake up in the morning and how do we spend this money? Like they have a whole show based around planning vacations, or like, I have this idea I want to launch, or oh my God, such and such is turning 28. So we have to plan the perfect party. They're like, oh my God. And it's just inspiration because it's not even just one house anymore. Like everybody has mega mansions. Like that whole family is living out retirement.
Kim doesn't drink, which is very
I know. I saw that.
Like one shot, like maybe barely on her birthday.
I saw that. That was inspo. There's a few people. Kendrick Lamar, Pharrell, Kim Kardashian. There was some other people that was like, damn, like, yeah. And so you realize because Kim Kardashian is getting fulfillment by like adding more paragraphs to her Wikipedia page. Like she's not stopping. Kim Kardashian is the fucking GOAT. Like her Wikipedia page is getting longer and longer and longer. And she has added to like the family dynasty that she was born into, and literally turned it into even massive, you know, empire, because now everybody is worth, tens, 20s, millions of dollars. Like, you know, so
now they're worth like, well, she's now a billionaire too, along with Kylie.
So yeah, so anybody watching this that is like our age, it's like, bro, like college was cool. That was a nice like little vacation after childhood, because like, you know, for the first time in your life, you know, mommy can't tell you what time to come home. So like turn up in college and like to all the college people out there, like, y'all are college kids, like, at the end of the day. But like after that
And also
little
think
like,
about that's where we develop those habits, to be honest. So
mm,
don't feel the pressure of like if you don't drink one weekend, like you're not weak. You know, if you're at the party like sober or not drinking as much, like
yeah,
continue that if that's how you feel comfortable.
yeah,
Because we
and
develop all that
just,
shit.
I mean,
Like
yeah, no, drink all you want. Just know that, like, don't forget how to like just enjoy yourself without it. Like,
exactly.
because what happens is a lot of people like forget how to just enjoy a day at the pool. When we were kids, getting dropped off at the pool
It was the best
was
thing
was the
ever.
best shit
Yeah.
ever, you know? And like now you can't go to a pool party without alcohol. Like, did you get better or did you get worse? Like, you need medicine now to have fun. Like,
So
you
what are
need,
some
yeah.
like, well, we'll have two questions. One, what are some like practical things that you did at first to make the transition easier?
I went cold turkey. I don't do,
You just, no, I mean, or,
I don't,
okay, go ahead.
I went from getting fucked up. My last drink was at Heart nightclub after the Super Bowl, like off Casamigos. Like I was turned the fuck up. And then that next day it was done. Like I realized like I'm tired of having birthday after birthday after birthday, like not being where I wanted to be in life. For me, it was very extreme. Like I'm not like the average person. Like I didn't put myself on some like program. Like I went
And they
cold
have
turkey.
they have like medicine and shit too.
I
I
didn't need that.
saw. I was
Yeah.
like, well, I didn't know about that.
No, I just literally switched over to club
So,
soda.
but like practically, then when you were going to an event or your everyday, like whenever those urges came, if they did, what were your practical steps to be like, no?
I
You just
didn't
said fuck
have
it.
an urge. I'm telling you
I think okay.
the pressure of letting another year go by, not making it as an
That
artist
was
was
enough.
way more present than feeling like I'm missing out on this shot. You know, because
Right.
the thing is that I'm also around hundreds of people, hundreds of friends that you got to ask yourself, like, damn, these niggas are these niggas going anywhere? So it's like
to where I'm going, right?
I don't want to run at this pace no more. Like at one point when we were young and we were 20, all we did was talk about shit. When Drake said 25 sitting on 25 mil, me and my partner was like, duh, nigga, the fuck? The fuck? That's it? Like, this is how we're actually talking. Like, that's it? Nigga, you know, like, I'm for sure hit my 20 M's. Like, you know, like, this is how we're talking when you're 19 because there's no pressure. Because there aren't that many other 19-year-old millionaires, you know? Like, so that's nothing. But after a certain point, after like another birthday, another year, like another one, and now, like, especially when you're seeing like your actual peers make it. At this point, we have friends that are millionaires. You know, at this point, we have friends that we know personally that like are living out their dreams.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't need any type of like help. Like not drinking was the easy part. That's easy. That's not what bothers me every day.
I think a lot of people who aren't like didn't do like rehab or like, you know, go that far into things, they always say like it was just one day, like one moment or one thing that really was just like, nah, I'm not doing anymore. And it was actually easy. And like a lot of people reach that point, you know, if that's what they decide to do, where it's just, it's not even like you have those urges or need to go to rehab or do anything extra. It's just like off the strength of yourself. Like,
Yeah,
and it works.
Drinking and partying was a party favor. It wasn't a real party. The real party is like what I'm doing. Like music is what's number one. I promise a song getting posted and not getting like perceived well feels like a million times worse than missing out on a party. Like the party will be there.
Did you put out, were you making music while you were still drinking? Like all this new stuff that was while you were still drinking or after or post?
Debuto, the first mixtape, I was still drinking, but the project that I finished now, no, I didn't drink. I was way more productive.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, have you really seen like significant like I'm sure you have like goals as to where you want to be, right? Like smaller benchmarks. Do you see it actually like you know, like happening, which I know that
What?
it is, but
What?
like I guess how do I explain this? Like,
Do I see like progress
of
or
course, yeah,
progression?
but I know that you do, but
Yeah.
for the people who don't, yeah.
Yeah, no, I do. Like I'm definitely growing, not only
Hmm.
like artistically,
In all
but I've
aspects.
realized that making music is not just about the creative process, it's about the actual execution. And so
Hmm.
you can be somebody that 100% focuses on the creative process and how it makes you feel, and that makes you a consumer. That makes you a
Hmm.
critic. Like, that you can it to develop like a high taste in music is a skill set, because it takes a lot of hours of listening to music, which means that you can really appreciate the the production on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy like more than somebody else can. That's cool. It's another thing to learn how to make that shit. And the way you learn how to make that shit is to actually fall in love with the process and not the end result. Like, you have to like literally learn how to like record on this microphone, take after take after
Not me going
take
like
after
this, like
take.
I'm about to see something.
Oh no, it was a microphone.
Okay.
It's a
No,
microphone right
but
here.
like I went like this as if it was as if, like what the
So it's
fuck?
to make good music is a total different ball game from being able to like appreciate good music. And
Hmm.
that's something that like I've learned in this past year, is that my routine like locked in a lot more, because I wasn't putting turning up on my schedule,
Hmm.
like, and now I just became like obsessive. And now it's like I'm recording a song, bouncing it out. If I hear something, recording it again, bouncing it out over and over and over and over and over again. And then I just started like knocking out song after song after song. And so
Hmm.
it's just, I don't know, like
So you
it's
kind of like poured all that energy just like all into
I
this.
learned how to work. That's what I
Yeah.
learned. For me, like
Hmm.
creatively, a lot of artists would tell you, well, I get fucked up because it's my creative process. If that's your process, cool.
Hmm.
Like that's your process. But a lot of the greats, like, I'm sorry, like Beyonce ain't getting fucked up every day. Like, she's
Not at
not.
all.
She might be getting fucked up now, like after
Yeah.
accomplishing what she has. But I
Like
promise you,
whenever they go to Santorini for vacation, yeah. But
Crazy
like,
in Love, Beyonce, B-Day, Beyonce, Sasha Fierce, Beyonce was locking in. And it wasn't until I started making music that I understood like what these artists are talking about when they say they work hard. Because before I was making music, I was like, work hard how? You're just rich and famous. You just go to the booth and it just flows out of you. And it's like, that's not how it
mhm.
works. When you see somebody go to the studio and they show you the behind the scenes, that is a behind the scenes, that is a staged moment. That is them performing a verse that they already wrote, like that is not how this shit works,
Mhm.
and so for me, before I started making music, I thought that the process was way more glamorous. I thought that, is bitches in the studio everywhere, cups, drinks, weed, and just lit, and then we
Right.
just make this fucking song and then go fuck up
Everybody's
State
just like,
48.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's in those type of songs exist. And then you have, To Pimp a Butterfly. Then you
Right.
have, Astro World, like then you have certain projects that are so particular down to the detail that you don't do that accidentally.
Mhm.
Accidentally. Like that's something that you have to learn how to do and that everybody else gets to enjoy,
Mhm.
So
And that could go for like anyone's craft, like whoever's
yeah,
listening. It doesn't just have to be like, oh, I want to be like an artist or I want to
yeah,
be, a basketball player. I can go for anything that you want to be good at, or the
yeah,
best at, if that's what
yeah,
you want to do in life,
yeah. And
for
then,
sure. So where's
it,
your fun? Where's your fun and fulfillment? Like, and how is dating? That was my next question. Like, how has dating
it
changed?
was weird at first because you actually have to like have a conversation with somebody sober, which is not something that I was used to. Like, I will admit, like having a conversation, sex, all that shit. I didn't do that shit sober. I didn't do that
Yeah,
shit sober. Like,
yeah. That's a lot
but
of people,
at
honestly.
first, at first it's weird because like for the first time, you can have a conversation with somebody and like your inner thoughts are equally as loud as the conversation that you're happening. So I had to like teach myself how to actually be present in the
And listen.
conversation. how to listen. But then it's like, it's better. Like you realize like this is how the body was meant to be. Like, you know, like I sober sex is better than drunk sex.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, drunk sex is lit, but like not if it's everyday drunk sex. You know, like sober sex is lit. When you start working out, like sex is better when you work out. You know, you can stroke harder and last longer. Like it's all, the dick is on demand. It's like what, you know, like it's better. You know, and then the tabs are cheaper. But also, you go out to eat, like, spending less money.
You remember it, and then like all your senses are actually like working. Like you're not.
And then a conversation too. I definitely don't get those texts in the morning. Do you remember what you told me last night? Like I don't get those anymore. Like I used to get that all the time. It was like, do you remember what you told me last night? And it's like, no. And like one time I got a text. It was like, do you remember what you told me last night? I'm like, no. What did I say? And yeah, I'm not gonna tell myself.
Say it, please. No. Say it, Blake. Say
it. Just, apparently I told her that I was gonna put a baby in her. Okay. You know, and she was just like, yeah, nothing crazy. And it was just kind of like, damn, I said that. You know, like, you know, but that's just, you know. So yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. So it's lit. But I mean,
in the morning, some mornings I'm always like, what'd I say to you? Like I'd be like, fuck, like did I say some shit that I really don't mean, or that was just wild?
I'm not giving my hand out anymore. Like I'm not professing like my love emotionally. Like if I say it, it's consistent, it's well thought out.
Real.
I mentioned it. But do I miss drinking? Absolutely. I have bottles that I've like been collecting, like, cause I also appreciate like the art behind drinking. So I have bottles that are just adding up that I can't wait to drink. I miss drinking bourbon with my dad. I miss drinking wine with my mom, but I just want to do it, you know, like I told my mom, like once my song is played on the radio, like we pop in that bottle of champagne. Oh my God, she has a bottle of champagne.
I'm flying down there. Seriously.
Yeah. So I'm just locked in. Like, I just feel like champagne is for champions. Like you're going to see, you know, Kobe Bryant drinking champagne, smoking cigars after the MVP trophy is in his hand. Like you have to earn that, you know. And right now we're in our 20s. We are not retired yet, you know.
At
like
all, not even close. And life is going fast. Like we're almost out of our 20s. Like which
so it's like it's up to you. It's like at the end of the day, like, you know, life is a game. There's a clock on the scoreboard. Like, you know, what you put up is what you put up, you know. And if graduating from college was like in securing a job is like what you came to this earth to do and what you want to do, then turn up every day. Like you should get a section every weekend. You need to celebrate every weekend.
Because like it still has so that's another thing. Like it still has, depending on who you are, like an effect on like your mental health. It really does. Like it's definitely a depressant, it's a downer. Like have you noticed any changes in like your actual, and it makes you more anxious than you would like people think. So
yeah, that's true.
It really
there's a cause and effect. Like, you know, I had to like learn how to, that's why I just started like, when I say practicing yoga, I do not do the stretches. I don't have a yoga mat. But when I say that I practice yoga, I mean like the mental awareness of yoga, like the spiritual teachings, understanding that to separate yourself from your thoughts and consciousness is not the same thing. Understanding that the past and the future like don't exist. The only thing that exists is the current moment that you're in. So like just that took some work. You know, but that was also present when I was drinking. So it wasn't like, I still like had anxiety. I still dealt with depression when I drank. It's just, you just distract yourself by going to a party, but you can also distract yourself with a Netflix show. You can distract yourself with sex. You can distract yourself with like acting like you give a fuck about sports more than you normally do.
Whatever you can like escape into.
Right. So if you battle with anxiety or depression, that alcohol is even if you take away alcohol, you're still gonna have to learn how to work through depression and anxiety. So like I said, if you have accomplished everything that you want to at your age and you think you deserve that section, then go get that section. Me, I haven't done that yet.
I like that perspective. It's different from what I've like seen and heard For real,
Right.
for real. Like, because I feel like I see more so it's just like, okay, like, no, like, nobody should be drinking. It's just like devil juice. Like, it's a thing. Like, spirits are called spirits
Yeah.
because they be all that shit. And it's just like, okay, I think that some people are more prone to like alcoholism because of their family line, and you should watch out for that. But I've never heard someone be like, but that makes sense.
I
Like,
mean,
it's like if
that's
you got,
anything though. It's like oh my bad.
yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead.
You have some people that are gonna preach to you and teach you that like you shouldn't be having sex. That's a distraction. You have that whole movement of people that think that sex is the devil.
Yeah, those
Even though
extremities
we
is what
all
fucks us
came
up.
here, from two people being horny. Like none of us were
Yeah,
made in a lab. Like somebody had to, you
yeah.
know,
It's like I don't think God would have made us this way
somebody had to come.
if he didn't want us
You
to be
know,
fucking. He made
yeah.
us
At
this way
least
for a
we
reason.
know your dad came. Somebody came. But that's true. I mean, but that's anything. You can fine tune. I mean, your diet can affect you. Like there's some people that
Yeah,
have noticed that when they clean up their diet, that they're more clear, they're more healthy. Like, yeah, biology is real. And so the chemistry behind alcohol is the way alcohol works is it's poison. Like that's how it works. It's literally no different than getting shot in the neck with a dart, from a zookeeper. You're gonna
yeah,
get hazy. And if you like do that on the regular and you learn how to be in this haze, eventually
you
you're gonna
all
like the haze because you start doing hazy shit.
yeah.
Like, whatever. I'm not gonna get disrespectful. So yeah, but I want to be very clear. I'm not one of these people that do this every time I see people drink. I will
Right.
pour you a shot. If you come
No,
into my
he
house, I'm
will.
still
He'll
gonna get
pop
you
up the
lit.
champagne bottle, all the things. He got his
It's up to
hookah.
you.
He got
It's
all
up
the
to
things.
you to stay focused on your goals. Because now, at this point, I'm running at such a fast pace, like as far as my productivity, that like every time I see niggas drinking, it's like, nigga, I hope you earn that drink, nigga. Because
Right.
like I got shit dropping, I got music dropping, I have, like just so you know, it's not cap. Like
And
these are all unreleased songs. I'm
mhm,
ready to go. And these are just the songs that are finalized, not even like songs that are draft ideas.
mhm,
Like I got my clip full, So if you at this section with me, if you at this club with me, I hope your clip is full too. Like I
mhm.
hope you're ready. Like
That makes sense. I feel like the only
champagne is for
for
champions.
me it'd be like it's like the shame and guilt of what I could have been doing for the shit that I really give a fuck about. Like, but if it's like if I take care of that, then
Yeah.
it's you're fine.
You know
So
what? Okay, you know what? Let's talk about dating. Now that I think about it.
okay.
Being somebody that drank every day, like I drank every day,
Mhm.
and I'm partying every day too. So I'm not even like drinking at home in the dark. Like I'm out.
Not in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I'm out. I'm outside
Mhm.
with it. And it's just like no girl is gonna tell you. No girl is gonna tell you, like, hey, I think you're cute, but it's kind of a turn off the fact that every time I see you a cup. So like I'm not gonna fuck
How do
with you.
you say that to
You
somebody?
don't. Girls don't tell you. You
But
just
like if you
wait,
want
listen,
I
let
thought
me
okay, go ahead,
so what I'm
finish, go
saying
ahead.
is that you kind of realize that when you drink every day, you kind of have to be around other people that are drinking. Because if you drink every day and you're around a bunch of people that don't drink, you're gonna stand out. You're gonna be the
Mhm.
drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be acting drunk and nobody it's gonna be weird. So you naturally have to drink around other people so that
Mhm.
y'all are all drunk together. So what happens is that like indirectly you end up just being the nigga that's always talking to and flirting with and meeting drunk bitches. And
Right.
I'm sorry, that shit ain't cute. Like, I don't want no drunk girl. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, the girls that are the girls that are actually healthy, eating avocado toast every morning, fucking drinking their fucking electrolyte water, working
Mhm.
out, cycling class, doing all this, they're not drinking every day.
Right.
And they're not going to be like attracted to that because it's a there's too much
Frequency, like it's y'all aren't even on the same
contrast. There's too much contrast in the lifestyle. So I
right.
just feel like right now I'm liking the whole like Whole Foods vibe right now. Like I'm liking that. Like I
But
like I like
where do you where like outside of going like what do you do for fun? Like where do you be at? Like
I still go to the club.
mhm.
I still go to the club. I
But
just don't drink
you attract
alcohol.
girls who probably aren't drunk,
I mean, no,
but
girls
aren't
still drink. It's just a matter of like I just think that I have to wonder. I have to wonder the same way that I'm able to see what you look like when you're drunk. How many times did I look like that? And how many times did I like actually kind of like fuck up my chances because like I was sloppy all the time?
Right. I
And
don't want to be the drunk bitch.
I'm pretty sure nobody, like I said, nobody has ever told me like, Blake, you're awesome, but you drink too much for me. Nobody's ever said that. You know, just like
I think I told you that a long time ago.
well, no, you as a friend. I'm saying like girls are not gonna be like, you know, like they're not gonna tell you what they don't like.
How would you have felt if a girl said that to you back then? Would you
fucking loser? Bye. Like I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
Really? Or no, like would it be like a good thing? Like, oh shit, like
no, I was because at that time, I'm just saying, at the time, I was very secure about who I was as a person. And I didn't view drinking every day like as something negative. Like it would just, if anything, I would just look at her like she was boring. But that was at that time. That's because I was in college. You know, like
let's say like in your adult life, like
I would understand. I would understand because for some, I would understand like why she would feel that way. And I feel like she would have that right to feel that way because we are the habits that we do. And like, maybe she has a dad that was a drunk, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And maybe she sees that like, I didn't like how my dad was with me as a kid. And I don't want a man to be a drunk with my children, you know, because like, it's different. Like a drunk parent is different, you know, like they don't have patience. They can be rude. They can be very like condescending. They could be emotional. They could be aggressive. They could be unreliable, you know, like, so I could totally understand if a girl like saw patterns in me as a man and was not attracted to that, you know, like I would get it, you know, because now I see it. Now I see that like, yo, like there's a difference out here, like between the people that are like about their business versus people that aren't, you know.
That's crazy.
You don't want to be a prude either, but you don't want to get caught lacking out here.
Yeah, be feeling like a prude as of lately, because I've really been slowing the fuck down, but I've been feeling like a prude. I used to be like, fuck. And then some dudes that I've met before, of course, they drink and shit like that. So I'll end up drinking with them, but then I'm like, did I really want to drink that much? No.
Yeah, just see if that same guy can take you out and like y'all not drink. Like some people can't function on a date without alcohol, and that's just like, it's not a red flag, a white flag. It's just
not for.
It's just a fact. Just it's on the nutrition facts of what you're signing up for, and it's like, damn, do you want to be with somebody that can't tolerate you naked without being drunk? I'm saying. I mean, that could be on him. That could, I don't just these
dead ass for real.
Know,
like, is he really choosing you, or was he just drunk?
Like, damn.
Who knows?
You know, he needs. You know, so I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like, but it's weird, but like it's normal for me now. So like, at the same time, like I went to a wedding. And all my boys were like, bro, you're killing us right now. The fact that you're not drinking, like you're killing us, though.
Which one? The one that we
Charles, the wedding that I went to in Detroit. Okay. And but I was just as lit as everybody else. Like we went out to the club. I'm still turned up on the section. Like, put it this way.
Yeah, at Free's wedding, you busted one of the best freestyles at the end of the reception.
I had so much fucking fun. I had so much fucking fun. If a party is lit, I don't need alcohol to have a good time. Like if it's lit, it's lit. A lot of times people go out to like, do you ever remember like, are we good on time?
Yeah,
because I'm just rambling. Okay. So
like
do you remember like post college, like, because in college parties are dumb fucking lit because even the people that like don't actually like getting fucked up all the time are still pressured in, and they're still pressured to go to parties. So like the college parties have everybody. After college, you start finding yourself just going to like the bars, and they're actually not lit. Like the bad bitches aren't at bars. They're not. Yeah. Like they're not. You know, like they're not here. And then you start to look around and like, yeah, when we would go to the bars, we're the young, hot, fly group. Like we're making the bar lit, but the bar is
like
whack.
The natural. Yeah, it's like no one's in here. Who the fuck?
It's like it's a bunch of people that just got off their shift. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not where I want to be. Right. You know, like and it started to get weak. So then what happens is you start going out and it starts to feel forced. Now it's feeling forced. You know, like now to like go out is forced because you're like you're forcing this weak ass move to make it something that it's not. You know, and so if a move is whack, you know, then I know it's whack and I get the fuck up out of there.
Like you're more selective. That was
if
one
you
of the questions. Yeah.
If you invite me to your, I'm turning 27, come to my kickback, I'll come. Yeah. I will say happy birthday, but if this ain't the move, I'm out. Like, it's not the move. I'll throw a party. If it's the move, it's the fucking move, because you have to make the move. You have to like make sure that the party's lit.
Right.
So for me, I still go out, but if something's weak, I'm not just gonna be like content with the fact that there's a bottle of Jack Daniels on the counter and I'm gonna just find somebody to have a drunk conversation with. Like I'm past that stage. Like,
right.
I'm trying to get back in the real field. And that's like, you know, I will spend some downtime like just driving through River Oaks. Like I do that currently. I just drive down Inwood, River Oaks Boulevard, and just drive through looking at the fucking houses that I want to drink in one day. Like I feel like at that point there's nothing else to do but get fucked up.
Yeah, like
you know,
you have,
like
your family, when you have like all that shit, and it's like, yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to retire my parents. I want my sisters to have, you know, like I want them to live the life of luxury and just be the people. Like I want to see everybody win. Right. But you know what's crazy is that if you like really like tap into that mentality of learning how to do what it takes, because it's like discipline, for example. Like Will Smith has like this fire ass like Instagram clip. Remember when he was going on his run on Instagram, like every fucking day this thing was hooping, and he was saying that like discipline has such like a fucked up like reputation to it, because people look at discipline as something negative, you know, but like discipline only means doing what needs to be done, you know, to like to get what you want. Like discipline doesn't have to be negative, but if you want to lose 5 pounds, you got to give up cheeseburgers.
Yeah, you have to.
Now, if you look at that like a negative thing, that's if you every time you like opt out of a cheeseburger and you're like, damn, I can't have a cheeseburger. Okay, that's you. But if you're like, ooh, I don't want that cheeseburger, you're not about to fuck up this 6-pack. Yeah, hell nah, nigga. Don't put that cheese on my shit. Both people are executing discipline. But one person is like going negative about it. Another person is motivated behind their discipline. So I feel like if I got to a point to where I did acquire those like mansions in River Oaks or house in the hills and all that, most likely at 40 years old, I'm not going to want to stop. I'm going to want to keep going. So I feel like in those type of people, you know, I promise you, like Barack Obama is not getting fucked up every day. Like there's brunch. Bottomless brunch can't do shit for Barack Obama. Yeah. Like Barack Obama is thinking about the next fucking mountain that he's about to go like take over. You know, like it's like Kobe Bryant. After he retired, this nigga won a fucking Oscar. You know, like he launched his production company and got an Oscar. And then his next thing was going to be venture capitalist or capital, whatever it is. He was about trying to be a venture capitalist, you know? So the thing is that when you become one of those people that fall in love with the process and not the end result, most likely it doesn't stop. You know, like most likely you keep going, you keep working on your next thing. Like, you know, like Jay-Z could have fucking like, Jay-Z could chill the rest of his life, but he's not. He's still building companies. He's still working on the next thing. Like, so I think like if you learn to like, if you really like love like the marathon of like seeing like all that you can do, then like there's no time to get fucked up. Right. Like that's all I'm saying. If you act like, that's why I said, for the person that is totally happy that their biggest dream in life was to get that one promotion at that job, then you're done.
Yeah, or for the person where like it didn't really affect you that much at all. Like for instance, like Jada Pinkett Smith, like she stopped off the strength of just how she was acting, but she was doing all those films, but she was a binge weekend like drinker. But she ended up stopping like right after. But it took her having a baby to be 9 months sober to realize, oh fuck, let me stay here here.
And that's another thing.
I think that when I have my baby, that's what's gonna happen. Honestly.
Yeah, I think as a guy, I realized that too. I was like, damn. Women, because y'all can't drink during pregnancy, y'all have these windows in life to where kind of like life forces you to reset and do what's right. And that doesn't happen for men, you know, like if a guy and a girl, she finds out I'm pregnant, you know, like He's still gonna smoke weed. He's still gonna drink. He doesn't have to stop. She has to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it's all said and done, I felt that women come out of that pregnancy mentally sharper, you know, because now it's like my husband, he drinks the Crown, you know, he like his Crown, and he sits on his ass and comes home from work every day and gets drunk every day. Where like she's learned how to function without it. She's got to reintroduce herself to her true pure self.
Right.
And if you have multiple kids, you have like multiple years in your life to where men don't have that. So what happens is that these 50, 60-year-old men with these fat ass pot bellies from liver cirrhosis and all that type of shit never was kind of like forced to kind of like check yourself and understand that like, yo, like you're fucking up. And like that definitely like plays into like why men are dying before women and the whole health shit. Cause like men be unhealthy as fuck, eating steaks every night, barbecue,
we
cigars,
have
and alcohol.
to take care of. We don't have time.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, nah, like, cause at the end of the day, like, we all gotta be old, but there's different kinds of old people. You got the old people that's popping 8 pills a day, can't fucking go anywhere, in their wheelchair, gotta help them get up out of their chair. And then you got some old people that are still like moving. And I know that like medicine is gonna be around and improved to where like we're all gonna live to see 80, right? But the thing is that some of us are gonna be handicapped. Some of us are gonna be brittle, broken down, all types of kidney failure, this, high cholesterol, diabetes, this, you know, and some of us are going to be 70 and still able to like go to our grandkids' baseball games, still able to enjoy our money, still able to like do shit. You know, you got some old people that are like, that they killing it. And I just want to be one of those people that like, I don't want to be broken down. By the time I finally hit all of my financial goals, I don't want my doctor to tell me like at 60, that like, you know, you have high cholesterol and you have like heart problems and like, you know, you got diabetes this and dialysis this, and now I'm on Instagram asking for a kidney. I don't want to do that.
But yeah, no,
I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be 60 years old and still healthy, still fucking, still playing basketball, still turned the fuck up. You know, like I want to be, you know, sugar daddy status at 60.
Okay.
You know,
feel better physically? Like, is your skin clearer? Is your is everything just better? Yeah.
Yeah. Feel better. When I first stopped, I lost so much weight. Like I got skinny as fuck. First of all, I was getting fat as fuck, and none of y'all was telling me that shit.
When were you getting fat?
I was getting fat right before I stopped drinking. I was like, damn, you a fat boy.
Was I? I probably wasn't.
You weren't here, and the thing is, you can't be short of fat. No, I was at that time. I wasn't on Instagram.
You was getting like a belly and shit. Like
not a belly. Nah, I never had a beer belly, but like my face was fatter. Like the cheeks were like fatter. You know, like I was, you know, it wasn't looking good. And then I just put on some weight. And then like when I stopped drinking, like I lost so much weight. Now I'm like back at like my normal like metabolism or whatever. But when you cut out those additional 2,000 calories, like naturally, like because your body was already working to get that shit off. And then when you finally lighten up the load, they're like, oh, this is nothing, bro. Like it was like a reset. And then that's when I like re-identified with like being a lean person, you know? And I was like, yo, we're not giving this up. Because a lot of people are falling off. You know, a lot of our friends coming out of college, they going into their 30s, looking kind of big.
I thank God for Yoga Hit and just a better overall diet. I look better. I'm not gonna hold nobody, okay? Yeah. Literally.
It ain't looking good out here for a lot of people, and you know who you are. It's not looking good. Like,
no, dead ass.
You're not a bad bitch no more.
Like majority, that's so bad to say, but majority of the bad bitches, like that's like kind of what happened.
Like, I just don't want to feel like I just never in life want to my kids, nephews, grandkids to look at pictures of me in high school and college and be like, damn, grandpa, you used to be so skinny. Look at grandpa when he was skinny. Nah, bitch, like I'm still lit. Hell no.
Not you calling your grandkids bitches.
Hell no. Like, look at grandpa when he used to be skinny. Literally. Nah, like I'm still lit. So it ain't gonna be me. I ain't falling off. So that's just me.
That's facts.
So I don't know.
I think I have like what would you say to somebody who has been teetering with the thought? One one message or one tip, one whatever. Something that'll
At the end of the day, like, this experience of life is not forever. It's not, well, at least your existence. Life is, as far as we know, like, life is eternal, and like, in like, the earth was spinning just fine without you. It will spin without you just fine. Like, you are just borrowed molecules of the earth. Okay. But like, at one point, the earth is going to want to collect its debt, and you will return back to the soil. So the existence of you as an individual is not forever, you know. So do what you actually think is going to fulfill you. At one point, parties did fulfill me. Like, all I ever wanted to do was to get lit, enjoy music, and be around girls with my friends. Like, that's all I wanted to do, because my whole life, you know, we only got to experience birthday parties like once a month, and we had a curfew. So at one point, all I ever wanted in life was to turn the fuck up, you know? So that was important to me at that time. If that's still important to you, if that's what you want to do with your time, then keep turning up.
If you feel fulfilled,
book another section. Like, turn the fuck up. There's nothing else to do in this life. If you party every weekend and somebody else runs for president, he or she is no better than you. Like, there's nothing to win in this life. You can't, your money, your trophies, your awards, they don't die with you. Like, they don't like dissolve into the next life with you. Like, all of Michael Jackson's Grammys are still here. He's not. So I say all that to say, like, they're not going with you. So there's nothing to win in this life. So if you feel like you're wasting your time, then stop fucking wasting it, because it's ticking. Like, it's going. Like, tomorrow, today is like, it was only going to happen once. This day only happened once. So like, the life of Pennie and Nasty, like, that particular unique accumulation of energy is here right now. What are you going to do with that? Because at the end of the day, like, we're just balls of energy. Like, and at some point, as a star, like, it will supernova. Like, it will end. Like, eventually, you may not be on that schedule, but your body is on that schedule. You don't look how you looked 10 years ago.
Right.
You know, like, since the day you were born, the body was like fulfilling this process of completion. So at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter what you do. If you want to jack off every fucking day, if you want to fucking eat healthy every day, if you want to train for a marathon, if you want to learn a new language, if you want to, run for president, if you want to get fucked up every day, whatever, there's nothing to win. But just know, like, don't forget that, like, it's temporary, right. Like, it's not long or short, it's just temporary. So right. Like, do what fulfills you. Because at the end of the day, like, unless you get sniped in the back of the head, you know what I'm saying? When you get older, like, you're going to feel it coming. You're going to know that there's less sand in the hourglass on the top bubble. And you don't want to be sitting there looking at, like, your last, like, 5 years of life, like, fuck.
Trying to, like, scurry through and trying to,
it's like, damn, I wasted
sad
it.
And shameful. And
now I gotta live all my dreams through my fucking kids. Like, don't be that. I want my kids to constantly be like, damn, we'll never keep up with dad. You won't, nigga. You won't. You won't keep up with me. I feel bad for you that you're my kid. Damn, that sucks. Like,
oh my gosh, that's facts though. This is definitely rapper energy. I'm crying. This is new energy. I'm here for it. Like.
And honestly, like, on some real shit, I don't know if
the confidence. I love it.
I don't know if I don't think. Never mind. This is last thing, because you said, like, rapper energy, and like, as a rapper, as an artist, as a musician, like, I want to make it, because I can't wait to have, like, a platform to speak. I don't think that, like, a lot of the rappers, like, intentionally, like, meant harm when they like glorified getting fucked up every day. I really don't think they meant harm. Like, Lil Wayne is my hero, right. And I watched all his interviews, and he's always been transparent about being like, this is, like, what I do. Like, I never, like, it's what I do. Like, you don't have to do it. Y'all don't know what I'm doing. Like,
right.
And I know that, like, I think Lil Wayne, like, woke up one day and was like, how can I, like, convince kids to like do
Never,
lean every day.
never.
He did lean, you know, and he became Lil Wayne, and everybody wants to know what is he doing?
Right.
And now what happened is that, you know, eventually like the culture shifted, and now you have so many people just trying to like emulate
that energy, that persona.
Right. And then now you have a bunch of people that are like going out of their way to like try to influence people to get fucked up every day. And that's lame. I think at this point, like, first of all, you aren't Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Because Lil Wayne is not just some nigga that gets fucked up every day. He works his ass off every fucking day. He has a catalog that is 10 times longer than everybody else's catalog put together. Like, he puts in the work every day. Some people are like more concerned about like the bravado and the lifestyle and the image more than the actual product. And at that point, it like rappers became like the junkies. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point,
that even goes for like regular people too, though. Like regular guys, like listening to like Lil Peep, whoever it is or whatever, and they're getting fucked up because that's what he talks about. But he's still working. He's getting fucked up. That's not your life or what's going to work for you. You know, like the kids who are like popping pills,
so
doing all the things.
So for the new generation or the current generation that we're in of like glorifying. Okay, here's another thing. Hold on.
No, keep going because I forgot about this.
Rappers are not the first people. Like, that's another thing we should not. I want to be very clear that rappers are not to blame for substance abuse. White people were getting fucked up in the 60s. They got songs about drugs. They were the ones allowed to do drugs. If we got caught with weed, we did 10 years in prison. So let's get that clear. Let's not put all the blame on rappers. I'm only speaking on like the genre that I want to be a part of right now.
Right.
Celebrities, musicians, white rock stars, all that fucking 80s rock, 60s rock, they've been telling niggas to get fucked up. So that's not a black thing. But currently right now, it still is something that we are known for, and it's something that we project, and it's something that we influence a lot of kids to do. And what we probably used to like discover or experiment with in college, people are definitely experimenting with it way sooner, you know? And the thing is, like anything, whether it be sex or drugs or anything, once you experience this, you also, you have to be responsible with it. You know, it's like the first time you have sex with a girl, it's like, okay, if you don't understand what you're dealing with right here, you might have a teen pregnancy on your hands.
Right.
You know, you might get HIV.
Right.
Like, so the same thing is like, okay, if you smoke this weed, if you have this drink at 15, you know, like
what you're in for.
Now what are you gonna do? Because when you go to college, like that's gonna bore you, and they're gonna try the next thing, and now you have a habit, and now you have to deal with your habit. So I do feel like, you know, I think that, you know, as rappers and you as a journalist, celebrity, whatever, it's our responsibility as human to human to kind of like pass down and share knowledge. And if you, coming from somebody that's done both, somebody that it's not like I'm somebody that like didn't drink at all and I'm judging you. No, I got fucked up every single day, and I also did 500 days sober. And I can tell you the difference between the two. So like, hear me out and like, hear me out. And like listen to the people that are trying to listen to the winners. You know, like that's all I'm gonna say. Like, so we have a responsibility to kind of like not make that shit look cool, or just making sure that we make winning look cool, you know, and not feeling like you're winning. Because there's one thing to like get fucked up and feel like you winning, and really like fucking driving down that Honda Civic with the windows rolled down with y'all niggas like, yeah, we up, nigga, you're in a Honda, bro.
Yeah,
like you're in a fucking Honda.
Everybody. Like with social media, it's easy for them to think that they're winning with the validation that they're getting from people who aren't. You turned up. What the fuck you know?
You turned up in the club and the bouncer patted you down, bro. Like, it's billionaires, millionaires that throw parties in private villas in the hills, and like you got patted down, bro. So there's better ways to party. That's all I'm saying.
Better ways to live.
There's better ways to party.
Like, there's levels to the shit, for real.
You wake up next to a girl and like, you don't want to have morning sex with her? That was an L. That was an L. If you wake up next to somebody you don't want to have morning sex, that means that you didn't catch a dub last night. Like, that goes for ladies too. Like, if you're disgusted with yourself and the person that you wake up next to because you got fucked up, then was last night lit? Or did it feel lit?
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's good. That's a good ending. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay,
All right,
lastly
Pennie.
though, we
Oh
wait, we
yeah.
always do this though. Like, what's bringing you peace of mind this week, or brings you peace of mind? Not the cliche, to something specific to you. Whether it's like someone who you watch all the time, whether it's something that you do that like literally brings you like to a good medium in a peaceful place.
This week,
This week or forever. Most of the time I say this week, but I'm thinking whenever.
what brings me to peace? I don't know. I don't have that answer. I currently, like right now, I'm feeling like really like anxious.
Okay.
Like I'm not at peace. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
Like
a good,
I'm
that's a
not.
good answer.
I'm not at peace right now. I'm really anxious. I'm really, I'm really at this current moment. I'm like really dialed in to like a level of just trying to be focused, and I don't want to think about anything else other than making sure that I'm doing all that I can do so that not just my friends can appreciate this great fucking music that I'm making. I just want that is at this point, when people tell me that, like, damn, that's a good ass song, it pisses me off, because it's kind of like, damn, I wish this random car driving down the street knew that too.
They're going to.
That's so
Because it
I'm
really
not,
is. They're all there, so it's like it's not to say that it was shocking, but it was like, oh fuck, like hold on, like what the fuck, like this is what you had this whole time.
So at this point, it's actually that's it's not. I'm not frustrated. I'm just dialed in, and I'm not like at peace yet. But oh, I'll tell you what. Okay, something did bring me like a lot of peace. This past weekend, I went to Austin, and I got to like spend like some like a road trip time with my dad, and that shit was great. That shit was great. Like I'm just like sitting back, just like looking at this nigga, like damn, like that's like
this my nigga, like
yeah, like this person is just like had my back like my whole life, still has my back. This he still calls me, like listening to my music, talking about like we need to get some flyers printed up, like you not doing all that you can do, nigga, I'm trying to retire, like he's like, I just appreciate that. I appreciate his. And so like this weekend, like I got to spend some time just like taking a moment and just enjoying some time with him. So that was great.
That's dope.
That's what happened last week. It was amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so where can the people find your music, your things, your stuff, all that?
BLAKESTO'S. Like I'm the BLAKESTO'S. There's no underscores in my shit. There's no zeros and ones and twos. Like it's BLAKESTO'S. I mean, I have a website. I'm up on all Spotify, platforms.
Apple, all the things.
We got a music video dropping pretty soon. Better With You. I shot that music video last week. That's going to be amazing. That's just like a good vibe. And just know it's clips coming. Like, just know that like as a team, like the team is getting better. We're doing a better job of like not only, it's one thing to like talk about like what we finna be in life, and to have more like what are we about to do today conversations. And we're having way more like day-to-day
like actual like action steps.
And like and all my niggas are hungry. Like my whole all my friend group, my entire friend group is like still hungry, like ambitious, and like even if it's not like people that are trying to do entertainment, I have so many friends that are just like constantly inspiring me on a daily basis with like their businesses, advancing in their careers. Like I know I joke about like the nigga getting a job, but that's my job to do, is to make fun of people with 9-to-5s. But that's my job. But for those that are doing that, my friends are killing it. Like nobody's like running in the same place. All my friends that have kids are great dads. I don't have any partners in my circle that like ain't shit daddies. Like everybody is spending time with their kids and like actually there for the toddler years, not just waiting until their kid gets older to like pop in. So we're good. We good. We just working. And like there's nothing to like the only thing that's gonna like really fulfill you, in my opinion, of what I realized, is that it's not so much about like the actual accolade. It was about the process. Like when everybody looks at like all the Grammys that Michael Jackson like won for Thriller, everybody else is like, oh my God, he got so many Grammys. I'm pretty sure him and Quincy Jones just like appreciate making that shit.
Yeah, like how they got there.
That Grammy,
ups and downs.
Right, that Grammy reminds them about that night in the studio when we recorded Thriller. Like the Grammy reminds. So I feel like right now I'm just in that moment And like you hear rappers talk about like you're gonna miss this stage, and it's like I don't think I will. I'm ready to get the fuck up out of this stage, but I'm in this stage right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm that nigga that just I'm just like waiting on my ticket out. Like I'm just waiting, man. Y'all come fuck with me.
No, it's happening. It's happening for sure. Yay!
I'm
glad we finally did this.
Yeah, this is lit.
It was good.
I was kind of nervous.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be.
All right.
Great.
All right.
Okay. Love you. Bye. I'll
love you too.
Send you whenever it's up and shit. It's gonna be next week. Okay.
All right, bet.
Bye.